So what is Chewy Chop's lifestyle up to today? Let's find out.
Chewy Chop's Lifestyle is collaborating with Danger Dom Toon Army to talk about this season's English Premier League's race for Champions League football on Premier League Fanzone.
Right, as you can imagine, the focus of today's show will be on the race for Europe, but two teams that were in action yesterday, Newcastle and Chelsea. Exciting stuff because we've got a Newcastle and Chelsea fan joining us from Malaysia. They're best friends, by the way. So Dominique in the Newcastle kit, and then we've got Dominic, and Calvin in the Chelsea kit. I don't know why you're holding your badge so proudly there, Calvin. We'll come to you first, Dominic, because incredible scenes at St James's Park yesterday. Were you surprised at how easy, can I say, you got the win overall after the 90 minutes?
Okay, firstly, I don't think it was easy, but we historically we have good results, so I thought we were okay there. I don't think it was easy at all.
You only come on when you've won something, it seems. And again, we see you again. So is that the thing? When you win a game, that's when you'll be on Fanzone, Dominic. Is that what it's all about?
It looks like it. I'm happy to be a winner. Happy to be on Fanzone.
We love having you on
Look,
Fanzone.
a true fan knows that you're not just happy to be a winner, but you take the losses in stride as well. Hence me putting on my Chelsea
bless you,
jersey.
Calvin. But that's what I wanted to ask you about losses, because Calvin, if you don't make Champions League football, what does that say about this season? What does that say about Enzo Maresca?
Okay, let's talk about that, right? So if Maresca came in right from the start, he said that Champions League would be the target, right? So if we look at the next couple of games and the position where Chelsea is right now, if we win both our games, then we could qualify for Champions League. So literally the destiny is heads. Unless we screw up at home against United and that 6-pointer away at Paris, we still will qualify for Champions League football next year. So I'm hoping we don't screw up. I'm hoping none of this is the game. But yes, I think we are still very much in control of our own destiny.
Yeah, you say you're really confident you're going to qualify. So I mean, like Chelsea, I mean, Dominic, you're the elephant in the room, to be honest, because you're the one club that's actually won a trophy and finished in the Champions League position, whereas Chelsea and Arsenal, they think finishing the Champions League is like winning a trophy. Can you kind of explain to our guests what it's like to actually lift something, lift a trophy, something that's silver? Can you kind of explain how it feels, because it's something that they haven't experienced?
Well, I think Chelsea's trophy room has enough trophies for the moment. Plus they're waiting for the conference, innit? They're waiting for the conference to come in. I think it will be October. So I don't think they're very lonely in the trophy room. So maybe they're giving the rest of us a chance.
We're definitely not lonely in the trophy room. I don't know about Arsenal though.
Interesting.
Yes.
Just gonna let that slide.
Yeah, that's right.
Conversation isn't about Arsenal, it's about Newcastle and Chelsea.
Yes.
But in terms of Chelsea, so you said you feel like your destiny's in your own hands, Calvin. If that destiny doesn't come to pass, though, and you do not make Champions League football, because at the moment you've got, Aston Villa on the same number of points as you, just difference of goal difference, and then Nottingham Forest a point behind.
Yeah.
Does Enzo Maresca stay next season in your books?
Well, historically, Chelsea's hot feet is not very, let's just say it's not a good. Yeah, it's not very stable. So regardless of whether you win Champions League, as in win the league, or make Champions League football, it's been proven historically at Chelsea, unfortunately, that the managers come and go, right? So Maresca, I think he has a style of football that he wants to implement at Chelsea. I think he's got a backing of the club so far. He's definitely got the funds, no doubt. So it'll be interesting to see whether he'll be given the funds to foster the club. Because mind you, Chelsea has a very young club, right? They're averaging 23, 24 years age of the entire squad. So I think you need a little bit more maturity, a little bit more foundation for the club, and it'll be interesting to see if we don't make football, whether the transfer window will be good for Chelsea.
Brilliant. Thank you, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on. And who's gone to whose house? Who's the host?
Yeah, he's the host.
He's the
Newcastle's
host.
Always the host.
Always the host.
Gracious winner.
Brilliant. Make the most of it, Calvin. All right, because that's all you're going to get out of him this year. All right, make the most of it.
Oh, thank you so much
Cheers,
for joining
guys.
us, Dominic
Cheers, guys.
Calvin from Malaysia. Lovely stuff there. It's so lovely when you can bond over football
Isn't it?
and no hatred there, even
No.
though his team finished.
That's the loaded.
Special thanks to Neil, the producer of Premier League Fanzone, for giving us this opportunity to speak to both Anita and Leroy on the performances of both our respective clubs. And here's to hoping that both Newcastle and Chelsea make Champions League football next year. Chewy Chop's Lifestyle, over and out.